Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. John Campo, the Not So Neat Chef. Finally getting around to doing a sauce. Now this is not a bolognese. But it is a sauce that you're gonna take several hours to simmer with meat in it. And this is killing two birds with one stone here. So I need to do this because I'm making a big tray of ziti's for a family event.
Tomorrow is gonna be a big day.
And Gail Holmes requested this probably about a month ago. So I'm finally getting around to it. So Gail, this is for you. Alright, so growing up, my mother would make sauce, and we always called it sauce. It drives me crazy when anybody calls it gravy. I'm honored to be here today to discuss gravy versus sauce. With all due respect, it's not gravy, it's sauce. And with that, I'm gonna make you a sauce you can't refuse. It's sauce. My grandmother made it. She was from Italy. She called it sauce. So this isn't really. This is no secret.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Man, I'm gonna have some fun with this.
Okay, it's not a marinara. It's not a bolognese. You know, I've watched my mother over the years in the past make it. I've adapted my own thing. And I don't make it the same every time. So meat-wise, okay, we got neck bones. Okay, these are beef neck bones and pork neck bones. They're cheap. That's why you get them, and they're good for flavoring. If you've got a problem because they're neck bones, then get a cheap pork cut or a cheap steak cut. I actually normally use pig's feet and pig skin, and you would not believe the flavor that gives off. But I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, so I'm foregoing that version. As a matter of fact, I'm trying something new in this version, which is using tomato paste and cooking that down, which I've never done before. I'm also going to put some sausage in it, some Italian-style sausage, not breakfast sausage, Italian-style sausage. I'm going to use a whole bunch of garlic, one large onion. I'm making a lot. At minimum, I'm going to use 4 cans of tomato sauce. I like using sauce. I don't, if you're going to use a whole tomato, like a whole plum tomato or something, get like a San Marzano. San Marzano tomatoes are the best, but they're pricey. And the seasoning is going to be, typical seasoning. A couple bay leaves, garlic powder on top of the fresh garlic, yes, and oregano. I also got some fresh basil, but the fresh basil you don't want to put in until the very end. And you're going to need a large pot of some sort. I don't know how many quarts this pot is. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take your bones, put them in a bowl, and salt them. You want to do that. You want to salt the bones before salting anything else. So you want to salt them pretty good and let them sit for a couple minutes before you do anything else. I'd say that this is almost this is like 2 3/4 pounds of bones. Okay, salt them pretty good and let them sit. All right, while you prep. All right, this is going to be the first thing you do. So what you want to do is add some olive oil, couple teaspoons, maybe a tablespoon. That's going to heat up. I've got my onions. I've got a can of tomato paste. I've got a couple tablespoons of chopped garlic. That's what we're going to work with first. We're going to start with one onion. We just want to cook these till they're translucent. We don't want to caramelize them. Now I'm going to add, I'm going to add a can of tomato paste. Now you want to cook that tomato paste. Now you want to add your garlic. Add a little bit more olive oil. And normally I don't cook my sauce in this pot. Alright, so you can smell the tomatoes cooking. And I forgot to mention, about a quarter cup, this is a Cabernet Sauvignon. And just going to cook that down a little bit. Alright, now you want to add your tomato sauce. Okay, so that's 6 28-ounce cans of tomato sauce. Now I'm going to add the sausage. And the neck bones. Now, I'm not adding any salt to this for a couple hours until I taste it after these, after the sauce has been flavored with the bones. We want to bring this up to a little bit of a simmer. As soon as it starts getting heated through, and then we'll turn the temperature down. I'm going to rinse the cans and probably add about 1 can of water. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to add this to this, and I'm going to go back and forth like that with all the cans, and it'll clean the cans. We're going to add a couple bay leaves. Since these are all dried and cracked, I'm going to add about 3.5. Now I'm going to add about a tablespoon. That's about a tablespoon of dried oregano. I'm going to add, now this is garlic powder, not garlic salt. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of garlic powder. About not quite a tablespoon of pepper. Now throughout the cooking, you want to come back periodically and stir it to make sure that nothing's sticking to the bottom, none of the meats. And that's going to be it for now until this comes up to a simmer. Okay, so it came up to a simmer. I'm going to take a nice big handful of basil here. I'm just going to give it a quick wash. Okay, so we're just going to cut up this basil. And we're not even, the sauce is done. Sauce is done. So we're just going to take this basil and stir it in. And the sauce is still warm, so it'll help draw out the flavors of the basil. When you're dealing with fresh herbs, you want to wait till the very end. The dried herbs you put in during the course of making whatever it is you're making. So we're gonna add the basil. We're gonna stir that in. Okay, so there you have it. Like I said, this sauce is good for most pastas. The only thing is you can't can this sauce because of the meat that's in it. If you're going to can it, you need to know what you're doing. Usually when you have a meat inside your sauce, you can can it using the pressure cooker method, which I've never done. But if you made this without the meat and it was just a marinara type sauce, you'd be able to can it on the stovetop. So what we have here, all right, I picked out all the bones. In my house, they would pick out the bones, and the bones would actually be like an appetizer. You know, the bones, the sausage. You know, if you put meatballs in it, if you're going to put meatballs in it, you would have to wait towards the end so they don't fall apart. But yeah, so that's my sauce, and of course, like I said, it'll probably change next time I make it. but I really do like it with the pig's feet. So if you feel adventurous, make it with the pig's feet, and you'll see. I mean, there's a lot more fat in it. You know, you'll see that you'll have to scoop it off the top, but the flavors are just incredible. Anyway, so that's it. Let me know how you like it. Like, subscribe, notification. Give me some other ideas for some cooking. You know, it's October 19th, so we got the holidays right around the corner, and that means hopefully I'll be doing a lot of cooking then, and I'll be able to upload some more frequently. Anyway, Don Campo, Not So Neat Chef. Goodbye for now.